I can't. This is datefails. Woo!
Yeah.
I think we did
That
really
was
good.
amazing.
That was good.
You guys, that was my favorite intro ever. I was saying that my listeners have been complaining because I used to have music at the opening of the podcast. And then, honestly, I don't know why I stopped because I changed networks and I was too lazy, honestly, to figure out how to get the song that I was using over here. So I just stopped putting music on. And then people actually have been complaining, like, we missed the music. So I think I'm going to start doing this. Just make my guests sing at the top of the episode.
I think it's a good
I think
idea.
that's wonderful. I think we should get some little back end now. Maybe
think
some
that would be
points
great.
on this podcast.
I think
You want residuals?
We did
for-
kind of come up with it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'll make sure and send you a cut of the zeros of dollars that I'm making. I'll
I'm
send you
expecting
guys.
that.
Yeah.
too.
I'll
I want that right along my Comedy Central Live at Gotham 2009 3 cents a year check.
Is that what you get? That's
think it is,
hilarious.
yeah.
Oh, God. Well, thank you guys for being here. Excited to have you both. Well, Krista, you're a total surprise. So, okay, let me introduce my guests. I never really introduce people on the show. I just end up talking, and then halfway through, I'm like, oh, yeah, by the way, Mo Mandel, co-creator of Comedy Knockout, which I heard is doing fantastic on True TV.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy?
Very excited. Yeah, we're finishing season 1 and maybe like the end of the month, and then season 2 starts in like November.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I can finally announce that I have my first hour comedy special coming out on CISO
Shut up.
November 3rd called Negative Reinforcement.
Congrats, man.
That's a great
so
name.
dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you've been on Comedy Central, Conan.
A lot of cable stuff, a lot of cable experience, a lot of low-paying cable work in my docket.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. You also hosted. Wait, what was the bar show that you hosted?
Barmageddon. Yeah.
Barmageddon.
We were host buddies for so you know.
Yes, you were hosting that
yeah.
the first season I was hosting Undercover, I think. Barmageddon. That was,
Collectively, I think we got 47 viewers between the two shows.
hey,
It was a
my
big
show's
time.
still on.
Okay,
Mo.
well,
All right?
I mean, look, I'm just grouping. Maybe I'm sure yours got more. Why would you?
Right, 'cause
why would
Playboy
your show
TV
not get? I would rather watch you talk about sex than me talk about alcohol.
Yeah, but the nice thing
I
is
think we all
your
agree.
channel actually comes with TV. You know what I mean? My channel. used
Also,
to pay
a lot
for-
less men were jerking off while watching my show. I think
Well,
we
you
can
don't know
agree.
that. You don't know that.
I'm just gonna go out and just guess.
I don't know. I jerk off to weird shit.
How
Like,
do you? Can you look up those ratings? Like where you could look up your overnight ratings. Can you look up how much jerking off was done during your
I
show?
think that should be something that's
Is that
like added in.
showbizdaily.sagafter.com?
I'm gonna call Nielsen ratings and see if we can get that added to the roster.
Well,
of
it's
things to
Nielsen
check
ratings,
off.
and then it's just Neil. It's just guys named Neil
That's it.
jerking off in their mom's basement while watching
Oh
Undercover.
God, I don't know because I jerk off to weird stuff. Like this is so embarrassing, but sometimes, oh God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Sometimes I'll be watching like Criminal Minds or like Law and Order SVU, and like the criminals like turn me on. So I'll actually like master. Like I don't watch porn. I watch like crime drama to get off.
Really?
That's the closest thing I've ever heard to like just a cry for help. I mean, that is the most.
I don't know what to say. You're my dear friend, and I don't know what to do.
Oh
here.
please, like you're not the same. By the way,
I've
ladies-
never
Oh,
jerked
seriously,
off
let's get into that. What are you like, Ice
anything
Cube's
on
like?
SVU.
Yeah,
She's
Ice-
like, come on.
Ice Cube's like, hey, tell us about how you molested those kids. And she's like, somebody needs to take a long hot bath.
It's just Ice Cube. He's
dun,
trying-
dun. What is it?
Is it Ice Cube? Is he the one? No, it's Ice T.
Ice-T.
It's Ice
Ice-T,
T,
yeah.
not Ice. I always mix up the ices.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I'd like to introduce my other guest, the gorgeous, hilarious actress,
God.
Krista Allen.
Hi.
All my guy friends, by the way, are so angry with me that I haven't introduced them to you.
My guy friends are the same way with you.
Really?
Yes, I told you yesterday. I sent you a picture. I'm like, so-and-so wants to go on a date.
I know, I couldn't believe it. I was
Yeah.
like, he's actually cute. That's so rare for me.
Yeah.
Who was the guys? Let's out him.
No, I
Let's
don't.
out him for wanting to go on
don't
a
think we
date
should out him.
with
I
Kate
don't.
Quigley.
I don't want to out him. Cause
He's cute, though.
He's cute. We're
He's
gonna
cute.
go meet him for dinner or something.
But he's an
maybe.
actor. I have a thing about.
He's not.
I thought he was an actor.
He's a director.
Oh, that's fine. I don't
And he's-
I don't
yeah.
date actors anymore.
Really?
He's
So-
really nice.
Well, okay, so give me the female perspective here. What is the difference dating an actor and dating a director?
Oh my God. Well, I mean,
Psychologically, is that a different beast that you're really dealing with?
yeah,
Yes.
I think so. I mean, as an actress, I can tell you I have loads of issues. And as an actor, I think those same issues apply. There's narcissism. There's
But surely a director's narcissist, right? I mean, that's a person who is telling everyone what to do.
yes, but on the other side, the director has a little bit more of an alpha thing. I think actors tend to be a little bit more. Well, they're either super controlling or just complete pussies. There's no in between.
Is like if you're making
you
love
agree?
to a director, is he like a little more
Who
moaning?
makes love?
More
I'm sorry.
moaning.
Can I just say, when people say make love, I actually get nauseous. I like.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like calling it that.
What if you like fucking?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be made love to. If you want to make love to me, you should like call some pretty boy and make love to him.
So says the young lady who gets off on sex crimes.
I know. I
So
know.
maybe
You do?
I do.
Wait, what's wrong with making love? I don't think you have to be in love with a
not
person to
making
make love to
love.
them.
I want to be like mistreated and manhandled in bed, but I mean, even if he loves me, I don't want the love to creep in there.
You are so damaged. This is so sad.
Wait, before we go into my damage or anything else, can I just say one thing about dating actors versus directors is my reason for not wanting to date actors isn't about their narcissism, because in Hollywood I feel it's really hard to find people that aren't
You're
narcissists.
absolutely right. I was just talking out my ass.
No, but you're right. But my thing is, I don't like it because they're good at acting. Because like I dated an actor and I always believed him when he would like seem into me or act like he wasn't dating other people.
That's just a dude. Like
Well,
that.
Yeah,
That's
but if you've won Golden Globes for being great at
Right.
tricking people into believing you, then it's really hard for just an average girl like me to realize
You're
that
right.
you're acting.
Or they can cry really quickly.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was actually on a date last night. We went to a restaurant and there was like a little cat on the menu, and I just sort of like, I don't know why.
You took her to a strip club?
No, it was like
That's
actually
not a
like
restaurant.
nice restaurant. It was a nice. It wasn't. It was a cat, not a pussy.
Okay.
cat. It was
Oh.
a nice cat. It was a wholesome feline, and we were at. And it was on the menu, and just for some reason, just to like kind of get the, like just I don't know why. I handed her the menu, and I was like, hey, actually, it's interesting that cat. When the owners went to Morocco, they found this cat wandering around in the slums of Morocco, and they actually took it. And they felt bad for us. They pet it a lot, and they took it into their hotel room, and then they ended up taking it back to LA, and they use it as the cat for the thing. And she was like, "Oh, that's amazing." I'm like, "No, I just made that up," because I just sort of like I don't know why. I just like thought it would be funny just to like tell this.
That's a good story.
And then I was like, "Oh," but she was like, "Oh my god, that was so convincing. Like I completely believed you."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, I wonder if she's gonna like be like, oh, so this guy
Kind
can
of
just fucking
turned
say
off.
anything." Like he can just sort of.
No,
like,
I think
this
that's a
lie.
cute.
Was
That's
that
a
good?
cute
Okay.
story.
It's like, what
Then
are
I
your
told her that I
morals?
hadn't cheated on her.
Yeah.
then you,
Right,
then you
follow
told
that.
her that you were single.
That
so
was the-
lots of lies.
That was the part of the
That's
story
funny.
for the punchline that wasn't true. But
No.
the setup
Just
was
in
true.
case
So
she's
good.
watching.
Yeah.
Is that why we're
my
putting this?
God.
Does she follow you on social media? Do you allow people to follow you that you date?
Wow, I'm not.
I
I'm
don't.
sorry. I'm not a Saudi. I'm not a Saudi prince. I'm
don't-
not able to tell people what they're able to do. While I'm
I don't
dating
give a
them.
lot of
you can-
information. I'm not like that kind. I don't like. I wouldn't go out and be like, oh, so I fucked it. Like I didn't. You.
Like how I tweeted I fucked a 49er, you mean, the other day?
I think that was
Is
a
that
joke.
why Colin Kaepernick couldn't stand up?
By the way, can I just say about that, okay, first of all, it was a joke, but also I tweeted, like, the Rams were playing the 49ers, and I tweeted, I live in LA, but I fucked a 49er. How do I pick a team, right? I just tweeted it to be funny. My mom called me yesterday, and she goes, when did you date a 49er?
Right. I
Which
know.
Mom, read the tweet again. I didn't say I dated. I fucked him. I
Let's be
fucked
clear.
him, Mom. Your daughter fucked him. While watching Ice-T describe a molestation.
Oh my god.
That's, yeah.
Is that how you talk to your mom, by the way?
No,
it's not.
no,
not
but
even.
I was trying to explain to my mom. I was like, well, we didn't exactly date. I mean, we went on a date, but we didn't really date after. It was and she was like, I don't want to hear the end of the
Right.
story. Like that was it. And then I deleted the tweet.
You did?
Yeah.
She texted me that tweet before she tweeted it and said, I want to tweet this tweet. And I was so
Wait, so
furious.
you run them by
She
Krista?
doesn't. She never has.
No.
But just for that specific one, she's like, and I said, that's really funny. And then she had already tweeted it. It's not like it was my approval. She was
Well,
just like, I'm
here's
going to tweet
the thing.
this.
Sometimes when I want to tweet something that I shouldn't, or when I want to text a guy that I shouldn't, what I do, and a lot of girls do this, I'll send that to like 7 or 8 people and be like, do you think I should do this? And I wait for just one person to give me the okay, and then I do
Was
it.
I that person that
No,
day?
it was Glickman. It was Glickman, actually. I sent it to like 8 people, and Glickman texts back, do it! And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I mean,
I
guys
don't feel
do
special
that.
anymore.
We
but that's
don't
cool.
do that, although Theo Vaughn, comedian, friend of all of ours, I'm sure, often will send me text back, is this a funny tweet?
Yeah.
Or is
He's
this,
done that
or is
to
this
me.
too offensive to tweet or something like that?
I do
Yeah.
that too, though. I do that too. I've sent you tweets before.
Yeah.
I said, can I do this? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, if Kate says yes, that's a definite no.
I always like to text back and say, no, this does not matter.
Oh.
Nothing about this matters that we are having
Who
this.
cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to make a difference.
My favorite is Jen Sturger, who's one of my best friends. Her voice,
her.
her online voice is a lot cleaner than
Yeah.
mine. So sometimes she'll come up with like a really dirty, funny tweet. She'll send it to me and go, "You should tweet this. It's hilarious," and I can't. So she'll
Right.
send me. So it's nice because sometimes people will send me their dirty tweets, and I'm like more than happy.
Is a dirty tweet a twat?
Yes. That's
That's a
what that
great
word means.
question.
I think we should ask everyone.
Back to
I'm
you.
just going to co-sign. I'm going to actually, you don't even have to ask me because I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
I'm going to answer for the internet
Right
community.
away.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Oh God. Back to your date last night. So I'm confused about the menu. There's a photo of a cat.
No. It was a restaurant. It was that place, Little
It
Door.
was the mascot.
Oh.
Little Door.
Like
You know,
the
they have-
mascot of the
Yeah,
menu.
yeah.
I didn't realize there was a cat.
It was
on
that place,
menu.
Little Door. Very expensive
So
restaurant.
cute. Nice. A guy
ladies.
took me there
Boom.
recently, and I really liked
Well
it.
done,
Yeah,
Mo. That's
thank you.
That's a good date
I
place.
mean, I'm rich. I'm young, handsome.
I'm sorry. When did you get rich?
2008.
Why are
Honda
you still
Accord coupe.
driving a Honda?
Actually, this week my car's in the shop and I'm driving a Dodge Charger.
That's
So,
Oh,
booyah!
Can I just tell you, I dated a guy
Insurance
who
company.
had a Dodge Charger.
Yeah,
Okay.
how'd that work out?
Well, here's the thing. Part of the reason, oh my God. So he had a Dodge Charger and he spent like $30,000 like souping up.
Got to soup it up. I put rims on it. I only have it till the end of the day.
I'm
That's
proud of you.
amazing.
Well, it's
I'm
funny
proud
because
of you.
I met a buddy yesterday in the Dodge Charger, and he's like, you should buy one of those cars that totally fits for you. And I was like, are you calling me a douchebag? Is that what?
Wow.
It's such a douchey car. I mean, like, I like it.
Do you think
but
it's douchey?
I mean, like, I love it. I feel like it's fun. It's cool, but it's definitely
The Charger's the
not
four-door,
douchey.
right?
No, it's the 2-door, but it feels.
It
The
reminds me of
Challenger's the two-door.
Oh, I got a Challenger. That's
Yeah.
yeah. But
Oh.
it's on the cusp
Wait,
of douchey.
maybe I'm
My
wrong.
son drives a Challenger, but he's
Your
19.
son?
But he's 19.
What is he like? What?
Yeah.
When did you get knocked out, young lady?
When I was only 12, it was
You
my
remember,
high
you
school
remember that episode of
principal.
SVU when she got knocked up?
Stop. I know. She's like, I've got to meet this girl.
Oh yeah, rough out today.
Sometimes I start an episode of this podcast, and within the first 10 minutes, I'm like, I've already said too much. I need to start this one over. It's fine. I have a
I
question.
wish I could start things.
How
over
much
sometimes.
do you care what kind of car a guy drives?
I don't.
At all?
I really don't. I don't care.
Huh.
I don't think I care.
You're the worst.
We're so
that blew
close.
your mind. Not having that shallow thought. You're like, really?
No,
like
no.
you just found out Pluto's not a planet. Look at this. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, it's not about the kind of car, but
I think it was, Kate. I think it was.
no, but like
That's what it sounded like.
I can't deal with a guy that drives a really gross, like dirty car. Like if it's like it can be the oldest car, like shittiest car in the
Right.
world, but the inside has to be clean. If I get in and there's like trash on the
I'm
floor
not one
and
to
stuff-
talk. I'm filthy. My car is ridiculous. I have
Mine
water
is
bottles
kind of.
everywhere. I don't know.
So is mine, but that's different.
But
You're not a
it's-
guy.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
If I was picking up someone, if I
Wait a
was
minute, but you're having that backwards. I feel like guys are usually given the leeway to be a little dirtier and scummier than girls are.
I just
I
feel
think not
if
in
you
the
pick
car.
if you pick someone up for a date, if you were picking a guy
Just-
up for a
just
date,
in the
wouldn't you
genitalia.
make sure that your car was
The junk in the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there is. Have you ever seen the meme of how it'll show a guy's apartment and a girl's apartment, and then a guy's car and a girl's car, and it's always the girl's apartment is clean, the guy's is messy, but the girl's car is messy in the guy's car.
That's true,
Guys
actually.
usually keep their car clean.
I don't know. I think it just depends on how busy the guy is that week, right? I don't know.
I just feel if they pick you up for a date and they don't take the time to make sure their car is clean.
I think you're right.
If it's a date, yeah. If he's coming to pick you up on a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to just you've been
Having a
hooking
car.
up for a while.
If it was just the question was, do you care what kind of car a guy drives? And then I was like, no, I don't think I do. And then it went to the messy thing, and I think I would care if I was like going on the first date and it was filthy.
Well,
that would be weird.
One of my favorite, for some reason I categorize as like a very American image. It's probably not just America. I'm sure it's everywhere. But is seeing guys, it's usually guys on Friday nights, Friday afternoons around 5, washing their cars at like the car wash.
You see this?
Yeah. I'll take my car if I have a date that night. I'll go and get it washing. And it's this beautiful moment of all these guys out there. It's almost always guys washing their cars, vacuuming it because they got dates
Oh
and
my
they
God, I
gotta
didn't know
get their
this
cars.
existed.
Yeah, they gotta get their cars souped
Wow.
up. This would be a good time for you to do one of your like man, woman
Periscope?
on the street. Bikini walk up kind of deals. You know
At
what
the
I mean?
car
You could do it
wash.
because it's a great moment. Like everyone, and just interview them. Like how like optimistic are you about tonight?
That's a
That is a
great
great
idea,
idea.
Hope is in
Mo.
the air.
We should go together. I'll
think
take
it's-
you with
Sure.
me.
I
Let's
think
do
it's
it.
great. That's so. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, well,
That's
because no, I think
interesting.
that is a good
It's
point.
like girls at Dry Bar.
I was just
where-
going to
Yes,
say that.
yeah,
Or girls at the
exactly.
nail salon. Yeah.
exactly that.
Yeah.
Huh. So that'd be interesting. Go into Dry Bar and ask the girls what they have going on that night and what they think is going to happen on the date, and then
Yeah.
do the same thing at the car wash. Look at you.
I'm a really smart guy. I have a lot going for me. I'm a very kind-hearted person. Sorry, is this not?
No, keep going. This is good.
I thought it was the dating. You're trying to get dates on the podcast. I know.
You can do that. Do you ever have people? I mean, I'm sure it happens to you that guys hit you up on social media or online and ask you out. It must happen to you all the time.
No, they really don't.
They don't?
No, not really. Not really.
Interesting. They're probably intimidated or just assume you'll say no.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, I'm not sure. What do they do? What about you? Like you go, you just assume, and you're like, of course. Like if. I don't know.
Well, guys do ask me out on social media, but I think it's because I put out a vibe of like, I'll date homeless people. Like I'll give anyone a chance.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I don't put any vibe out there. I don't think I did. Do I?
You don't put out a "I'll fuck a homeless guy" vibe.
Not
Might be time to
generally.
step
I didn't say fuck. I said date. Okay.
I don't think so.
Despite the 49er, I don't just
I
fuck.
fuck 49ers. I date the homeless.
I love this quote. I think that should be your new bio on Twitter. I think you should change it today.
It's so sad that that's, by the way, a true, like, by the way, can I just say, for my own personal, I need to defend myself. The 49ers, my only ever one night stand, true one night stand. What, is it a one night stand?
Well, hold on. You're saying you've had sex with mid-love, fucked guys
She
on the
fucked
first
him for
night,
sure.
but then
Once.
hold on. Because the one night stand is generally you fuck someone on the first night and then you basically never saw them again. So are you saying you fuck people on the first night and then continue to see them? Because that's also very different.
The 49ers, the only guy I ever fucked on the first
That you
night.
met them, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's-
really.
that's
But
interesting.
also,
Krista, your answer is definitely higher.
Yeah. No. I mean, for her.
no, Kristen knows I really don't fuck many people.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but you've had more than that.
I have not.
One night stands?
I've had in my entire life. I've had 2 one night stands
See?
in my entire life.
Yeah. How often do you hook up on a first date?
I don't.
See, I only
do some making out.
Nope.
Right? What?
I don't
kiss,
either,
I
actually.
don't kiss until I know we're gonna be until I feel it. Like I don't kiss on a first date. ever.
Really?
Ever.
How do you know? How do you know you have any chemistry until you do some physical sparring?
Mentally, like all of that, like just being able,
I don't
just
follow.
knowing. we would never make out.
No. I'm just saying, like, I
Oh,
100%.
you know,
I feel
know.
like when you sometimes do that first kiss, you kind of be like, oh, we don't.
I don't
Because I've
need it.
thought plenty where I thought we had chemistry, and then we do that kiss, and I'm like, oh, we don't.
I can see where what Mo means,
Yeah,
kind of though,
me too.
because have you ever dated someone like I went out with a guy? We went on like 4 or 5 dates, and I liked him. And honestly, the nights when we didn't drink, I would kiss him and be like, I don't think we have chemistry. And then
It's
the
like
nights
eating
we
a
were
Taco Bell
buzzed, we
sober.
did-
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, but then finally when we did hook up, because I did hook up with him, and honestly, I hooked up with him as a, I think I need to hook up with him to see.
Yeah.
And we didn't. I never saw him again.
And that was it.
Literally, it was the worst sex I ever had, and I never talked to him again, and he never, we both knew. It was like, we both knew
Right.
that it wasn't that.
Who do you think here's got the worst sex they've ever had story?
You.
Probably you.
Really?
Yeah.
Why,
'Cause you asked the
why did you say
question.
that so fast? Just because I asked the question, or you just seem like... I don't know, because you used to be pretty frigid and didn't know how to have sex, right? Back, and you told me about this.
I never said I was frigid.
Well, you were in a marriage. You were in a marriage where you never had sex, and you got out of the marriage.
I will say I was inexperienced.
So you must have been pretty horrible. And done
But
some
I
weird
was
shit.
never. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I was always a freak, even when I
Oh,
was
really?
married. I always wanted to have crazy sex.
But he didn't.
He didn't. But the first guy I dated right out of my marriage was luckily like real into all kinds of like crazy shit. So I think I went from one extreme, which was never really hooking up, to the other extreme, which was like hooking up everywhere, like movie
Right.
theaters and like dressing room. I love having sex in public places.
Oh, really?
I have a thing for that.
Really?
Yeah. Not in front of people,
Right, but just in
but like it, like in the dressing room at a store or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that could be fun.
What's your worst
I've
sex
never done
story?
that. I have no interest in doing that.
Really?
Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't. Like, I like public displays of affection. Like, I like making out. In public. I have just like I like.
But
if
not
I,
so anybody could see you.
No, I don't
but-
mind like making out in this, but like, there's no thrill. Like, to me, I like the intimacy, the privacy of like nothing better than me like being in a hotel room. You got
Oh,
that
yeah.
loud music
Hotel
going.
rooms are great.
The
Hotel
fucking
room sex is
blackout
the
curtain,
best.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You paid for the full hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? and you get in there.
Why is hotel room sex the best? It's my favorite too.
Because it's just
it's
like
good.
you can just, you know, like because when you finish on a girl in your apartment, you know, you have to like, you know,
Clean it
You gotta
up.
think like, oh, okay, now how many towels do I got? How many clean towels do I got? Do I want to burn a clean towel on this cleanup job, or do I want to grab some toilet paper to sort of like do this?
You do?
But in the
That goes
hotel
through your
room,
head.
in the hotel room, you're like, well, I'll just fucking grab a towel, fucking wipe it off, and just
That's,
wait a minute,
that's
baby.
why you like it the best, because of the towel ratio.
Every guy thinks this through.
Wait, is there a
my God.
certain like quality of
That's
girl that gets a towel versus
No,
like a
it's
handful of Kleenex?
It's not a quality of girl. It's where your laundry's at for that week.
Is it bad?
If I
that-
got one clean towel left, regardless if it's, you know, Jennifer Lopez, I've got to think now.
Oh,
I
please.
don't want to be towelless.
Come
now,
on.
Now, you know, it's logically, I'm just
Jennifer
gonna scoop a little-
Lopez is in your bed and you're gonna grab a dirty towel
Does it have
because
to be a towel? Could you like reach in the dirty clothes and
that's
get
what
a
I
t-shirt?
use when guys are
Dirty clothes
Wait.
and a t-shirt? That's way more worse than Kleenex.
When guys
That's so
are-
disrespectful. Like, it's some dirty clothes. Well, not to mention, I'm not going to stay in a t-shirt.
You're so right.
No, but you know what? When guys are at my place, I have
I
to
just pick my
admit-
boxers off the floor and just wipe your stomach off with those. How about that
Here's
one?
a sock.
Hey, look,
that I
sweetheart, I'm
wore
about to jump in the shower.
yesterday.
We're just wipe you off my elbow.
But you know what's funny is that most saying that's so insulting, but I've done it and it sounds like you have too. When the guys are at my house, I'll be like, just grab a t-shirt out of the hamper. Like, I really tell guys to do that. Maybe because it's my dirty, but
Maybe
I
that's
think
what it
it's
is.
about to get
What's your
dirty
deci- but
anyway.
it's- Yeah, well, that's where the towel thing
Yeah.
comes in. Do I want to burn a perfectly clean towel here? if
Right.
I
have one?
agree.
It's not respect or like, is she worth this or that? It's purely like, do
well,
you have enough
spit
clean
on
towels?
myself.
It's like, do you have enough clean towels? Because you got to remember, you have a girl spend the night at your house, so after sex, she's going to take a shower. Boom, another towel gone. You know what I mean? You can't have her use your wet towel, so you already got another towel gone. Then you clean her up with another towel. I only have like 4 towels. You know what I mean? You're really,
On rotation.
You're really
No, maybe you just need to buy
Some
more.
hand
Maybe I need to
towels.
buy some more
Why
towels.
don't you go buy a ShamWow? I heard they're great for
That's
that.
They're
Incredibly.
great absorbency.
Go to the 99-cent store. I just bought like a 6-pack for 99 cents.
ShamWows.
ShamWow?
Just for
Well,
this
they're
purpose?
actually they're not
You're like, I am just getting blasted on constantly this week.
No.
I need some
Why don't we
Swifters.
create jizz wows, and that'll be amazing.
Can you
We'll sell it.
imagine? We should do an infomercial.
Jizz wow.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Just wow at the 99-cent store. 6 for $1. Oh God.
Yeah.
Krista, what's going on with you over there? Have you been on any really awful, just god awful dates that you remember that?
I don't really date. I'm always in relationships. I know that sounds so weird, but if I'm with somebody, I'll generally go on a date with that person knowing that we are going to be in a relationship.
How do you know that?
Because I am a woman. No.
Apparently, I have a dick.
No. Well, you don't.
Based on someone thinks you're
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think
You
it's
did
just a
describe masturbating
feeling.
as jerking off.
Yeah, that's true. She
Yeah.
did. She was like, when I jerk off.
I'm just gonna go. You guys.
No.
I'm
This
kidding.
is good. So,
Go on.
That's it. I don't go on a lot of dates. I don't date. I've never been on a Tinder thing, or I've never been on any
No
of that
dating
stuff.
apps.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
I just
Well, you
meet
can't really
people.
go on Tinder. Like, I mean, celebrity guys go on Tinder. Like, I matched with Terrell Owens on Tinder, right?
did you really?
Yeah.
Not even Raya?
No, that was before Raya came out. That's what I was going to ask. Would you go on Raya? Have you been on there?
I
Do you know
don't
what that
wanna-
is?
I don't. I
Raya?
think I want to. You know what? I get it, but I think I would rather kind of meet somebody the old-fashioned way, and like a friend says this or that or whatever. I feel
Yeah.
like there's like this really weird lack of connection that's going on, and then it's all about the looks, and it's all about the. I don't know. I'm not a big look person. I really like the.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Would
a
you
weirdo.
describe yourself as a sapiosexual?
I would say I'm a sapiosexual.
Because that term, you know what that means, right?
No.
Sapiosexual means you're aroused by intellect.
Yeah.
And it's a real term, but it's all over these dating
yeah.
apps now. I'm a sapiosexual. What does that mean? My last boyfriend looked like a troll, but he was really good at engineering.
Is that? Oh my God, that's.
Does that
really
mean you're
funny.
only aroused by
That's
intellect?
well, no, of course. I mean, arousal
No.
is a whole spectrum of things, of course, but that is like a term that's used now.
it's
That's not a real thing because look, I would challenge any guy to sit in a chair and have a girl just like read science to him and see if he gets an
I would
erection.
say it's almost exclusively women who say that.
I don't.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
I'm
never seen
definitely
the
not
guy,
a
yeah.
sapiosexual.
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know what guys post online. But
I don't
would
know
guess it's not.
either. That's weird though.
Huh.
Like girls that are only into guys that are like super
Smart.
smart. I mean, I love smart guys. I love nerdy guys. I love smart guys. That's my
Yeah.
thing. Like sciencey guys. I do like all of that stuff.
I like
I
them
do.
to be smart, but not as smart as me. Because I want to be able to outsmart them.
So retarded.
So basically,
yes, I need them to read at a first grade level.
we had this
We
conversation
both looked at
last
each other
night.
like, should we sit? All right, yeah, I'll do it. I'll sit.
He
You have
said what
more
I
to
was
lose.
thinking. Yeah.
I think I do think I'm a lot smarter than I am.
No, you're very smart. I mean, you're a very
No.
smart and industrious person, I think. And no, I'm not kidding. I mean, like
Thanks.
you've found ways to do like ways that things you've done in your career and marketing yourself. It
Yeah.
shows a lot of
thank you.
intelligence and
Thank you.
You definitely. One thing I will say about you though is I always hear you talk about dating athletes and dating. You were dating a porn star for a while, right?
Let's not use the word star.
But I was gonna at least he was a star.
Yeah, you guy who
Not
is
really.
kind of into porn, as a background actor.
fluffer. He was just the fluffer.
Backup dick number 3.
No, thank you for saying that though, because I remember when I did Barmageddon, one episode we were in a bar and they were like, "Oh, that waitress is a porn star," and I was like, "All right," and I like looked her up, and first of all, she was not. She needed some work. Like in
She
terms
wasn't
of-
a star.
She just. She had like this really annoying voice, and then the way she
Her voice is not.
and then the way she had sex was also in that voice, and it was just like I was like, okay, she's not going to be a star. It's like if you saw someone's demo
Wait, did
reel
you
at the
watch
Laugh
her have
Factory and you're
sex?
like, I think
Yeah.
this is not going to. I mean, I watched it a little bit online for a second.
I
It
love
was very
that.
unarousing. It was not good.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan.
So you didn't
No.
try. You didn't try to.
No, I'm very turned off by that.
Are you
I told
really?
you about this when we took our trip to San Diego to do comedy. The idea of someone doing porn is totally a turn off to me.
It is. So you wouldn't even hit it one time.
No.
Well,
I
it's
don't
a
think so.
scary. I
Wow.
think it's a scary thing, but you
Just all the
yeah.
experience scares me. I've like, if I break a condom with a girl who's had sex one time in her life, I'm like, well, just got AIDS and Zika. I mean, like, so if I
Really?
could like watch her get fucked by 87 different guys online, I would freak out. And I don't judge it morally at all. For me, I'm just so neurotic
Yeah.
that I think it would be hard for me.
Yeah. No. Well, to be honest with you, it definitely wasn't like my plan or something I thought was a good idea. I mean, when I met him, I literally was like, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. I told all my friends I wasn't going to do it. But then slowly but
and then
surely.
he unleashed the beast, and it was
Yeah.
like, well,
that's the other thing.
I got dignitized.
I'm sure. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, if I had sex with a porn star, would she be like an incredible in bed in a way that I've never imagined? Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I mean, like, but morally, I have zero judgment about it. I just know myself. It would be very hard for me to
I
get
couldn't
that out of my
handle
head.
it. I couldn't do it if I was into or had feelings for somebody for sure. Knowing like, how was your day at work, honey? Don't tell me.
Well, that's the thing is that I think that in my mind, I really I almost convinced myself that that's not what he does because I would never watch. I didn't I had him muted on Twitter. Like I did everything I could to avoid that topic. So in my mind, I
What
mean,
about like scratch marks and stuff? Did you ever see like scratch marks or hickeys,
on him?
teeth marks on his balls?
No.
Rough day at the office.
But like actually, I know in a weird way, I feel like it was good for me. It was good for me in a weird way.
Well, orgasms can be very good for stress, you know?
No, I'm serious because actually I think it kind of helped me though understand how much men separate like sex from emotion in a way.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but like I kind of came out of it like less jealous. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's very
I
interesting.
think that's PTSD, but we'll figure that out.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm
Dun,
still
dun.
traumatized.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No.
Like, it's so hard to, like, I was trying to describe this to a woman the other day. Like, I was like about how, as a guy, like, while you know, I mean, cheating is 100% wrong, and I'm totally not saying that it's not wrong. When you hear, like, in movies, a guy saying something to a girl, like, it didn't mean anything. It didn't. It's like, as a guy, you're like, no, it didn't. Like, you know,
Right.
it actually didn't. Not to say cheating is not wrong, and you should definitely not cheat, but you know psychologically it didn't. Like, because I've done it, and it's like, didn't.
Yeah.
Aside from the guilt you're going to get caught, it's like it doesn't affect any of the emotion.
You literally go about your day and like maybe it pops in your head.
push
a few
it out of your
times, and that's
mind,
it.
and then you're just like, well, I mean, fuck. I mean, I had to do that thing. I mean, that was like when I was younger, and I would like sort of do those things, but I wouldn't say it really affected. Like, it had nothing to do with other than coming. Like, it had nothing to do with other than arousal.
On
so,
the other side, I get it.
but we brought up the conversation because I was saying I think a lot of women, as they get older, in particular, can separate sex from emotion.
I agree. I think it gets easier. I think that it's all about, for me at least, it's chemistry. If I have crazy chemistry with a guy, like the porn guy's a great example. I don't think the sex was incredible because he was a porn guy. I honestly just think we happen to have amazing chemistry.
Right.
And that chemistry, if you have amazing chemistry in bed, usually you also have amazing chemistry. Like Mo, you and I have great chemistry. Like as friends, our conversation flows.
We do.
It's
I'm glad you
easy.
feel that way as well.
Yeah.
I also feel that.
Yeah, it's
we
true.
don't hang out a lot. We're not like the closest friends, but
Yeah.
I would like to be closer, and we do have that. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. So it's like, let's say you and I fucked.
Sure. I feel like it'd be
Theoretically.
pretty good.
It would probably be great, and probably I would catch feelings real quick because we have chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, I had sex with a guy not that long ago who was honestly probably the best sex I ever had in terms of, like, technically he was amazing, like, but I didn't feel anything for him because I didn't have that
What does that mean
chemistry.
technically?
Right.
What is the technical?
I mean, like, he got me off so many
so just
times,
effective,
and like
like,
he
yeah,
just
okay.
he was and like lots of positions, and he was aggressive, and he said the right. He did. If I wrote on paper what I want in a guy, he did it all. He hit every check.
But you weren't connected to him. in that
Right.
way.
And I haven't since we hooked up. I haven't like hit him up to hook up again.
How long ago
Like,
was that?
It was about a month ago.
That's because you're still,
hung up on somebody else.
Yep.
I don't think that's why.
Really?
No, I just think I'm not because.
Wait, why are you guys talking in code? It's your fucking podcast. Let's give some goddamn details here. Like, why isn't this your moment to talk about dating and fails? I haven't. Like, what do you? Let's
Okay,
hear it.
well, because here's the thing: is that like I still kind of have feelings for someone that I was seeing, but we're not seeing each other anymore, and. So she's saying, and a lot of my friends will say this, that like the reason I'm not feeling it with the other guy is because I
you're
still feel.
hard, yeah.
But in my
Tempted by the
experience,
fruit of another.
Yeah.
No.
but in my experience, usually when I'm able to kick old feelings is the minute someone new comes
That's
along.
true. I get it. Yeah.
So I don't know.
understand.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But it does. I know what you're saying.
But don't you think the chemistry is what makes you feel something?
Yeah, I definitely think chemistry is.
Yeah.
It's not just technique. It's not like
Right.
oh, he's really great in bed.
No, it's certainly not technique. And for me, it's like so much of it is like, is that person like physically in the moment? You know what I mean? Like I remember I was with some woman one time,
That's a good point.
and she called me Poppy,
Ugh.
and I was like, okay,
Was she from
that's no,
Miami?
she was not. And I was like,
okay.
you're just like imitating someone you saw have sex in a way that, and so now you're not even like here. You're like doing like a
character.
You're doing a character.
Yeah.
You're trying something out. Like
Hey,
I'm not the
Poppy.
kind of person you would call that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
Did you
weird.
like that? Do you like when
No,
girls
I didn't
like
like it at all. That was weird. It
a
was
lot
like,
of girls say daddy. Like I noticed,
like
like
that at
even in
all.
text, they'll be like, "Hey, daddy," and I just always think it's creepy. But I know a lot of guys that like it.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah,
I meet a lot of those.
really?
Yeah, I do.
It's
Maybe
so-
it's the voice. I don't know.
I don't know either.
know.
What's
Maybe.
your type, Krista? What do you like?
My type, I like funny.
Yeah.
I need funny, I need smart, I need nerdy. I like,
Those
that kind-
guys want you to call them daddy? Just trying to think Matt Kirshen.
Yeah.
Being like, can you call
Yeah.
me daddy, love?
No, there's some,
Right?
not all of them. Look, here's my thing. I like those guys, but I generally pick the guys that are really controlling in a lot of ways or very domineering or very God complexy kind of guys. And I like to take care of that. I like to take care, like, I can fix you. Oh my God, you must have had such a terrible childhood for you to be like this. Let me give you all my love.
Yeah.
And I will save you forever. And it never works.
We
out.
have that in common.
Right.
I know,
Fixing-
we've talked
fixing
about this
people is
forever.
a losing game.
Yeah.
I think that's a show business girls. I think girls that are actresses and comedians and girls that love to be in the spotlight. A lot of us have that same, because every girl I have on this podcast who's a comic has that same thing of loving damaged guys that they have to fix.
Well, but it goes on the reverse too, because they're loving us, right? Aren't we
Right.
just like the same thing?
Absolutely.
Well,
So-
guys,
I don't know. I definitely used to be super attracted to women who were like damaged and
Really?
And then after a while, you're just sort of like, well, fuck. The problem is then you like spend your whole life dealing with these same issues all the
Yeah.
time, and it's like exhausting. Like I know I'm too fucked up to date someone normal. Like when I'm dating a girl who's normal, and like even if we have a ton of fun, I'm like, eventually you're gonna realize like I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not as
can't date
built.
normal.
I'm not built like you are, and I'm more fucked up than you are. Like
But
you won't
what
be able to
is
understand me at that
normal?
level. There's some
Yeah.
people who just fucking have an easier time with life, and they just don't vociferate about stuff.
I
and they
agree
just
with you.
their sense of self.
well,
is
they work
concrete.
in a normal. They're school teachers and nurses. They have
Yeah.
regular jobs.
Well, it's like my sense of self gets rocked on a daily basis. I'm like trying to figure out what I'm worth, what I am, everything. It's like brutal. Like
Absolutely.
every day is me picking up the pieces and like going to bed
Right.
like while watching Narcos. Like it was okay today. I didn't like really fucking lose it for no fucking reason. A lot of people aren't like that. They're just like, I just fucking went to yoga and I did. So if you know
Yeah.
you're like that, you know someone who can't understand that. It was never gonna get you. On the other hand, I don't want to be with a woman who I only really the biggest connection is us relating to being fucked up like that. Because then you just spend each other
No.
licking each other's wounds, and it's easy to I think that love is mutual repairing, but that's not what love is. I don't think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
nice if you could say, hey, here's my shit. You take care of that. I'll take care of yours. Ooh, it's a beautiful symbiotic union.
But that's exactly the
Like-
opposite of what you should do. The opposite
Right.
of what you should do is ask someone else to take care of your shit. Because
No.
it's completely unnecessary. I mean, like, I've
You
ruined
can't do
relationships
that.
because of that, because you're like, here's it, like, because I was in a relationship for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And the most fascinating thing for me about being out of that relationship was I felt so much of the same problems that I felt inside continued after that relationship that I had just blamed on her in a certain
Huh.
way. So I was like,
Interesting.
oh, so it's like
Like what?
just like feel, just the general frustration and depression and sort of boredom and not feeling inspired by my life, feeling socially just very like bored and unenthusiastic. And I was kind of like, I'm in this relationship and then I don't want to go out because I'm with this girl and she's not, and that's why I'm not doing more comedy because I'm doing this. And then we broke up and I was like, I don't know if I feel exactly the same fucking way. Like after I went through the highs and lows of it, I'm like, my life is still those sort of issues remain. So
Yeah.
it's all me. And
Yeah.
she said the same thing to me, that so much that she used to blame me for, she realizes is her own stuff.
Well, you do hit a point where it's like, and I've been really working on, like the last year, I've been really working on just being happy alone and knowing like, I mean, granted I've been dating people, but I'm finally at a point where it's like, if there's no guy in my life, it's fine because I'm so obsessed with my career and like fitness and like girlfriendships and like other things I have going on. And then you become more attractive to the opposite sex when you start to be someone with your shit together
Oh,
a little
100%.
bit.
Yeah,
You know?
100%,
absolutely.
Yeah, but then every time I get my shit together, I think I'm a self-sabotager because every time I get my shit together and I feel really amazing, instead of going for like the super sweet guy that'll take me on like dates to Little Door and like text me, how was your show? I go for the guy that's like an asshole until it
Right.
starts to crumble a little, and then I have to kick him out, then I have to do the work of starting over.
Why? Aren't you tired? Don't you get tired
Yes.
of not building? Like I'm,
Right.
I feel like at a
don't
certain.
know.
Like one thing I like about being an adult so much more is just understanding what. Like I feel like I understand what I want in a woman so much now that it's almost to the point where it's harder to date because I can tell right off the top, like, well, this isn't right. Like I'm so beyond. I feel like that thing of like. Oh, but this fucking magic is this is gonna last because it never
Yeah.
does. It's not even that they fuck
Right.
it up. It's like that passionate fucking crazy thing. It's
Never
gone so
lasts.
quick.
That's
it's gone
true.
within like a week now.
Yeah,
You know?
but those are things, these are all things that from the beginning of your first love. These are like stories that have been implanted and stuck into your subconscious and all this stuff. So everything that I'm hearing when I listen to it,
Yeah.
I go into like that law of attraction thing where everything that you believe is what your life is going to be. It's you think you're a self-sabotager, that's what you're going to be. If you believe that with all your heart, that's what you're going to be.
I take it back.
Sounds like Krista's got a touch of the Scientology.
No, she's right. This
I
is
am.
law of attraction.
Love Scientology.
100% right.
Law of
100% right.
attraction, though, I think you're right. Because, like, career-wise, I that shit works for me. I just think something's going to happen, and eventually I'm like, I think I'm going to get a TV show. I'm going to get a TV
And
show.
then
I'm going to
you-
get
yeah.
and then you get a TV show. Like,
It's
I do
true,
believe
though.
that. So you're right. If you apply that.
Just don't believe it. Say, I am a what's the opposite?
Lifter
of
upper.
sabotager? I'm a self-lifter upper.
Definitely a self-lifter upper this
Yes.
morning, like 7 times.
Yeah. I like it.
Daniel?
Yeah.
But isn't that like the key to everything is just the way that we think? Wait, what happened? Are you talking about jacking off?
Yeah.
She's talking about
Sorry.
jerking her
Listen,
fake
I forget
dick
that I said that.
7 times.
I'm on a cleanse I'm on a sex cleanse. I'm trying not to have I haven't had sex in I think it's been about maybe almost a month.
You know what's so funny? Why are you doing that? I didn't want it before.
It's not on purpose.
No.
Exactly. It's just because I'm trying to stop having sex with one person.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to not. Here's the thing. So this gets to how you fall for assholes because you're asking like, why aren't you tired? Because what I've realized is I believe everything guys say. I'm very like,
I'm the same way.
I don't lie. And I'm like very honest. So when I start dating a guy, everything they say at the beginning and how sweet they are and all that stuff, I believe it. And I end up hooking up with them too quick. That's like, for instance, how I caught feelings for the porn guy. Like at the beginning, he said everything right. And I was like, maybe he's not just a porn guy. Like he's actually like sweet and he wants like a relationship. And so the point is, I've been hooking up too quick and then I catch the feelings and then I end up getting hurt when I find out it was all bullshit because they really just wanted to hook up with me because they see me as like a trophy or whatever. So now my new thing is trying to actually get to know guys really well and make sure they're not full of shit before I fuck them,
Right.
which is
Well,
hard
which is
to
great, which is a great
Yeah.
thing to do.
Especially as like a woman, isn't there's scientific evidence that like if you have sex with a guy, your body emits some sort of like weird
Yeah,
like there's some sort of pheromone or something that
yeah.
makes you like really
Clingy.
clingy.
Quick.
You
It's
literally
not the
are
sex.
biologically
It's not the sex.
cling to the guy.
It's actually not
Yeah.
even
It's
sex.
dopamine.
It's cuddling.
It's the
Something.
It's
dopamine.
cuddling. You could
Yeah.
literally never fuck, and you could just cuddle, and the same shit happens. That's why I always
But it's
say.
not even like it's not even this. It's like your body, like
Yeah.
some sort of weird physiological
But
thing.
here's
that
what I don't get.
makes you
Yeah.
clingy.
It happens to men too. Like the same chemical release happens to men. It's I think oxytocin or something. It's released in your brain also. But I don't understand why guys don't get that same feeling of like addiction to the girl that because we get actually physically addicted
Right.
to the man.
I think the testosterone cancels it out a little bit more. And I think the estrogen speeds it up. I'm pretty sure that's the deal.
I have so much testosterone though. I feel like I'm practically.
Do you?
Look at me.
Oh, you have a dick. I forgot. That's right.
I feel like I really
I feel
do.
like a lot of female comics have this kind of thing. You know, it's like
Yeah.
there's like this dudish quality to
Thank
a
you.
lot of them.
No.
No, I mean, there's a lot
But
of very,
you're right.
very sexy, very beautiful female comedians in LA, and I feel like a lot of them are like just like this fucking like bro-y sort of quality, and,
Yeah.
and not just in regard to like sex and stuff. It's like there's like this energy, and maybe I don't know. It's interesting.
It's true. It's true.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is that we have. Well,
and
I
then
think
when
you know what I
then
think.
they're in their 40s, they all become lesbians and host talk shows.
I know. Well, I was gonna say.
And
I
we're
think,
like,
come
oh,
out.
that makes so much
I
sense.
knew that the whole time.
That makes so much sense.
I don't think that.
Anyway,
it's,
I'm excited. I hope you'll have me on.
Thank you. I'd be fine
Can we
being
come to your
lesbian.
coming out party?
Yes, you can. I don't think that it's that all the female comics have that.
No, not all. Not
What
all.
I think is the ones that actually end up making it have to have it because it's such a bro like industry, like to hang around with all you guys all the time and not end up killing yourself. You have to be a bro.
I feel like that.
You know, because you guys are not like you guys start talking to us like we're dudes, and then you start like making fun, like making fun of us the way you make fun of each other. Like you forget that we're chicks, and then we start to forget that we're chicks, and then
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you
yeah.
know it, everybody just we're all just bros in it together. That's what I really believe.
It's
Right.
bro soup.
You're probably right.
I want to bring up another topic before this is going so fast, but I have recently had conversations with 3 guy friends, different friends, who broke up with their girls, and all 3 of them in explaining to me why it happened to bring up as one of their points, I would always buy her lingerie and she'd never wear it. Like it was kind of a throwaway thing. All of them had a list of reasons, but I thought it was funny that all 3 of them mentioned buying a girl lingerie and she never wore it in the reasons for the breakup. So I'm just curious. Yeah, because in my head I was like, holy shit, like I didn't realize guys put so much stake in lingerie. But all these guys are mentioning lingerie. I want to know what you guys think about lingerie and relationships, just in general.
Lingerie relationships, great. I think they might be mad because if they didn't wear it for them, she's wearing it for someone else and now he hates her, so he just added it later. What do you think?
Well, that is a very dark thought. That
Yeah.
anytime you buy someone lingerie, she's going to be ultimately wearing it for the next guy she's fucking. I mean that like, and then it's
But
also
she
dark.
will.
It's also dark to
Oh,
think
yeah.
that some of the lingerie that I mean, a girl that I maybe am dating that has that I like, I'm like, oh, I wonder which guy gave this to her.
Right.
Well, I mean, I've had guys.
mean,
I've
We're all
had
just
guys.
borrowing each other's bodies in this mortal coil.
I mean,
It's true.
you wash it. Sometimes you might
No, it's not
you
a
might
big
clean
deal.
up jizz off the bed from with it. No. Grab that out of the hamper.
You used it to wipe the last girl. No, but I mean, I am curious because like my friend was like, so, you know, I would buy her lingerie and she'd never wear it. And like, I was thinking to myself, like, I've bought lingerie for guys and shown up at their house wearing it and they don't even mention it. You know, they don't say anything about it. So then in my mind, I'm like, do they even care or they just take it off? But then it seems like it always comes up that guys want girls to wear it. So I was just curious how important it is to you as a man.
Not at all. In terms of like, if she wears, if I buy her lingerie and I know she doesn't wear it a lot, I don't. Unless like, I mean, like some guys are like real kinky about
That's
stuff,
the
like where
thing.
they really care what somebody's wearing. Like me, it's like no matter what lingerie a woman has on, like I want to get her naked, like pretty much as fast as possible. Like it's not.
Yeah.
But
When
then
I
there's,
don't want to like you know.
There's like fetish things. Like
Yeah,
I've been
I'm
with
not
a guy that
fetishy
had
like
like a
that.
fetish dress, like wanted everything to like be dressy and there was stuff and let's put like there was a whole thing with
Like
that.
I don't even really,
Huh.
I don't even
Yeah.
like it when a girl keeps her shoes on. I think that's a
Yeah.
little like try
But
hard.
Really?
It's like try hardy,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, come on.
That's so funny because I hooked up with a guy who was like, I'm really only into it if you wear heels.
That's so weird to me.
It's fetishy, right? I think lingerie is pretty and it's awesome and it says la la, right? Like da-da,
Don't you think
unwrap me.
fetishes are naturally like just by the nature of fetishes unintimate?
Yeah. It's,
Really? I like it
Well, because you like
because I'm afraid of
lack
intimacy.
of intimacy.
Honestly, because I think anytime someone like is because then it's like, okay, if a girl gets really turned on, because I find a lot of times women, or maybe women keep on their shoes because they think that's what I want or something.
I've heard it's to keep your shoes on before.
I mean, I've had both.
I mean, I don't. To me, it's like I could take it or leave it, but it's a little bit of a turn on sometimes if I feel like
She's doing it.
she's doing it because like that to her is the thrill. Because I don't. Then to me, it's a turn off because like I want to be the sexual thrill for you. I don't want
Right.
that any kind of a fetish is like they're getting off on something that's not you.
But if it's you, no. But see, I
And
don't
I'm
know
too
if
much
that's
of a
true.
narcissist to let that shit.
No, I don't
fly.
think it's
Yeah.
true. You know why I don't think it's true? Because I'll tell you. Because like when I'm home alone, getting off, I use toys, right?
Sure.
But I'm way more turned on when a guy that I'm into uses the same toy on me.
That's completely different.
How's it different?
Because a fucking toy like a vibrator is a scientifically engineered thing to help with your orgasm. So
Right.
it's like, sure, it's more attractive when someone is touching you, and if they're touching you with something that is amazing for that, then of course. But that's not a fetish. A fetish would be
I
as
think
if.
I just came, by the way. So anyway.
I was also like picturing him.
By the way, if that's how you come, it must be very disappointing for men to make love to you. If it's that quiet and they're just like, what? That's all this work went into that?
She's like coming like,
You didn't see me blink. There was a blink.
Krista used to be in prison for years, and you had to come silently. You had to learn how to come like a ninja.
hilarious.
No, but I mean, like a fetish would be is if the guy is holding the fucking vibrator and that's around. But if he's touching you with it, that's different.
That's true. I can see what you're saying.
He's talking about the shoes, and that's.
I
a
don't
weird
know
thing.
though, but like being handcuffed, being tied up, that kind of stuff, that's all fetish play, but that's really hot to me. You think that's
Because there's.
I don't know. I'm personally just. I don't
Do
know.
you like doing the tying up to the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like both,
You
but
like the other side more.
yeah, I do like the other
Yeah.
side more. Yeah, but I like both.
Right.
I really do, but I'm definitely a little more submissive.
You have, yeah, me too, for sure. But I think you have like I think there's something about the fetishy thing for sure. It's fun and it's exciting, but it does take the intimacy away.
Like, not
know
to
what
say
I
like
mean?
it's not. I mean, like I remember I
See,
texted a
I
girl one
don't
time wearing
know.
like a Wonder Woman outfit, and I was like, oh, this is really fucking hot. Like maybe I can get into this more,
Right.
Or like sometimes if a girl wears shoes, sure it is sexy. But to me, it's like interesting if you say like a guy like I need you to wear shoes. Like then it's like fucking crazy to me. Like then it's
Totally.
why are you not
Right.
here. Or like like a lot of times girls can they like even when like people tell you how to. It's I don't know. I mean everyone gets off in their own way, So. I don't know. To me, it's like physical stuff. If you want someone to hold you and choke you, I get that. Like if you want somebody to like fucking, some girls like to be spanked or this and that, or if you want a girl to like fucking scratch you, whatever it is, like that's more physically. There's something there. But if it's like if you want, fuck me while you wear that hat, it's kind of like okay.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. Like, I mean, like I host a show about weird fetishes, and like there are people that like can only get off if there are like balloons involved, like stuff like that. Like I guess I can see what
That's
you mean.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but it happens, right?
But then there's part of me that's like, in some ways, to be honest, just I kind of feel like, because I'm a little reserved for a while with a new guy sometimes until I really trust them enough to let them see like
You're crazy.
my
side.
dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, in some ways, like
I think we all are.
I wouldn't tie a guy up or blindfold a guy
On a first
unless I was really kind of intimate with that guy. So then there's some actually like more level of intimacy.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that.
I mean, I guess it can go in either way, right? I don't know.
Yeah. It's a fascinating
It is
topic.
kind of, yeah, I'm gonna ponder on this. I'm gonna
Let us know what you think at home.
we'd love to hear your question.
Who the hell's getting off on balloons?
That's all
The
I wanna
balloon
know.
thing.
She sounds the
man.
most like adorable skank in the world.
It's called looning. It's a fetish.
Is it really loony?
Yeah, people will like blow up balloons and then like titty fuck girls with it, or like that I just did. Yeah, or
Ballooning it up.
looning. It's a thing. I guess
Wow.
that this guy told me like he got his first erection at the circus that he remembered, and so ever
That
since
might have
then
been the
he
bearded lady.
he associates
Wow.
balloons with erections, and yeah, that's how these fetishes, a lot of them form, is because something like that happens at a young age. They say
Wow.
this is what I'm learning. I've learned so much from hosting on Playboy TV. I feel
Wow.
very grateful.
That's amazing. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I feel like this. I feel like we covered so much today.
Got a lot done.
I really
Got a lot
do.
of
We
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
Looming and
Yeah. Mo, do you have?
ShamWows.
I know, Krista, you said you don't really date much. Do you have an awful date fail that you want to share before we go? Your worst date story you can remember?
Okay, well, the one time I did J-Date, J-Swipe, Jewish dating swipe app. I had a girl show up. It was almost like a sketch about what it would be like. And I hate to say this kind of stuff because like if she happens to be listening, this is offensive. But anyway, she showed up. And she was like the most Jewy person I'd ever. It was like Kyle's mom from South Park showing up to a date.
God.
She was like, "Hello, how are you?" And it was like within like 30 minutes, I was just like, but this is like a fucking sketch of like what it would be like to be at a Jewish dating site. She might as well have been like, "Do you want to play some dreidel while the drinks come?" Like it was just absurd.
I'm so sorry to my Jewish listeners.
And I did such a terrible,
That's
I did
so
the worst
funny,
lie to get out. I was like, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. She's like, "You're leaving early?" I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta get to the comedy store." She's like, "Already?" I was like, "Well, you know, because I gotta get to the Improv." And I realized I just fucked up my own line. I was like, "All right, I'll see you later." And she was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna stick around and have a drink." I was like, "Well, more power to you." Girls used to getting left.
Yeah.
That was the only time I've ever like kind of like cut a date short. But it was just like hearing like I felt like my mom was
she
just
hot?
like, "So, blah, 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 blah." She had big tits and she was showing those off. She knew that was her strength. That was her same
Right.
scenario.
That was it. But did you know?
Yeah.
Did you see her before? Or?
I'd seen some photos, but they weren't.
So yeah.
They didn't come with a vocal feature.
Oh, yeah. That was it. Voice is a big deal, isn't it?
Voice can fuck some shit up.
I've
really can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scares me because I kind of sound like a man.
Oh, you have the cutest voice ever. I love your voice.
I don't know. A guy told me the other day that my voice could turn a man gay.
I'm sure he meant it as a compliment. I'm sure it was a compliment.
We were on a date.
Okay.
All right. And that was my
He's
date
like,
fail
'cause
for the
I don't know
week.
what to tell you. During this conversation, I am just thinking about dicks right now.
Oh
so I'm going to blame that on you
Oh
and your
my
voice.
God, that's hilarious.
Well, guys, this has been amazing. Thank you guys both
Yes.
so much for doing this. Do you have anything, Mo, you should plug your shit?
My Comedy Knockout on True TV airs every Monday and Wednesday at 11, my show that I created. And my special Negative Reinforcement comes out on CISO November 3rd.
So rad. Krista,
Awesome.
you want to plug anything?
I don't really have anything to plug. I'm gonna.
You can plug,
You're,
you can plug my stuff.
I go see Mo, do his stuff. You can follow me at Krista Allen XO.
Follow
on
her.
Instagram.
And we're shooting a hilarious
Oh my God.
sketch this week.
We
And
are.
that
We're
sketch
doing
is going to be
sketches.
dope.
We're
That's gonna be
sketches.
very
I'm
fun.
writing comedy right now. I'm doing that. I'm doing all of this. Next time I come on, I'll have something to promote.
You're amazing. Follow her at Krista Allen. So follow at Mo Mandel. You know, follow me at Kate Q Funny. I love you guys. Thanks for listening.
you. Bye.
Next time. Bye.
Ba-da-dum-bum.